So you want to know the best ways to mitigate the issues and risk that could come associated with AFM lifter failure issues on the second gen and potentially some of the third gen equipped with the 5.3 Vortec V8 engine. So about an hour ago, I went ahead and changed the oil on my truck for the first time since I bought it. Probably should have done it a lot sooner. It's been 2 months since I bought it, but I've been driving a lot. Um, Oil was a little on the dark side, still good, but I went ahead and threw brand new Dex 5W30 in it. It's all lubricated good, but we're gonna go ahead and get a AFM disabler. I got this off Amazon for $35. I can go ahead and drop it in the link below, but it keeps the engine in V8 mode. Like I said, only paid $35 for this. There are, I believe it's called a range extender. That's a more expensive brand. At that point, if you're spending $100 and something on an AFM disabler, you might as well dish up an extra $200 to $300 for an actual tuner kit. You can detune that, and then you can also have tunes for whatever you want to do. But at $35, this makes sense to do for now. So, of course, if you guys don't know how AFM actually fails on these trucks, when they switch from V8 to V4, four-cylinder mode, I should say. I don't know why it says V4. When it switches to four-cylinder mode, it actually can cause the lifters to collapse or fail, especially if they're not lubricated correctly. Now, of course, just throwing this in won't help if you're not lubricating it properly. But that's like any other vehicle. You're going to have engine damage if you're not doing maintenance on your vehicles. So, 4,000 every 4 to 5,000 miles, I suggest changing the oil on the truck and then popping one of these in there, and you should be good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in the truck, and I'll show you guys how it like keeps it in V8 mode that whole time. It also helps with the it's smoother to operate the vehicle. You're not feeling it shift down into 4-cylinder and then back up to 8. You can kind of feel it like in the engine kind of bog when it goes down. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in and hopefully never have issues with it. I don't know why they decided to make a truck eco-friendly, but we're gonna see how this works. So we can see on the back, it's just a notice saying to not leave this plugged into your OBD2 port for too long, especially if it's for a vehicle that's not frequently used, because it will drain the battery over time. It claims to use less power than a dash camera. Usually have my vehicles laying around, but just if you guys are not going to be using the vehicle, make sure to unplug this. Alright, so it comes in this little pouch. There's the little pins to plug into your OBD2 port. Here's what it looks like. AFM disabler. And yeah, let's go ahead and plug it into the truck and go for a cruise. Alright, so we're going to come out here to the truck. It's just as simple as plugging it into the OBD2, and it might be hard to see. So, plug it into the OBD2. It's going to show a light that it's working, it's responding. Nice. So, I guess it just stays on a purple light. Let's go ahead and get in it. Alright, so depending on what trim of the Silverado you got for this generation, you're going to have this little panel over here. It's going to give you vehicle information and whatnot. So we're going to go to the one that has the mountain and the roads on it. And we're going to click on it. And over here, we'll see it's in V8 mode currently, which that's normal. Usually they idle in V8 mode all the time unless something's completely wrong. Usually it doesn't drop into 4-cylinder mode until you're on the highway and you don't technically need the power. But, so we're just going to go for a cruise. And I'll show that it doesn't drop to V8 mode. So let's go for a cruise. It's been about a month since I actually installed that pretty much knockoff range extender or the AFM disabler. It's been in the truck for about a month, and I'm just gonna say how it's been. So some people might be worried about the gas mileage going down, but honestly, I've not seen a single difference at all. Maybe a very minuscule amount, but at the same time, you're kind of, making sure your truck doesn't, go out the door, all right? First off, you have all that power when you need it from the V8. You don't have to switch between 4-cylinder to V8. You have it there when you need it. You don't have to worry about it being down in 4-cylinder when you're trying to stomp on it and then wait for it to engage and go to, V8. So you don't have to worry about that. Also, some people say it helps, others say it doesn't, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably a pro to disable the AFM. I'm not going to say it's going to completely, eliminate that factor, as long as you're taking care of the truck, doing oil changes, new oil filters, at a decent interval. Don't beat the crap out of the truck, all right? We already have enough clapped out trucks on the road. We don't need any more. Just take care of your car. It'll take care of you, all right? But I think it does help in the long run, maybe a little bit, as long as you have a head on your shoulders and you're treating the car all right, or a truck, I should say, in this instance. Yeah, I'm still getting decent gas mileage for the truck that size. I had a 2003 Ram. It had some issues, and it got about 10 miles per gallon or so. And I think average about 15 to 16 on this truck. Really depends on what I'm driving. If I'm on the back road, city driving, highway driving, of course highway driving, you're going to get technically the best miles per gallon. But it's still a lot better compared to my old truck. So, that's not an issue. Also, price for this was literally so cheap. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you can get a range extender, which is I'm pretty sure those are the people who first came out with the technology to disable it. They're charging about $100 or so. I could be wrong. Around there, $100. You can get this for $35. I can go ahead and drop the link below if you guys want to go check that out. Super, super cheap and easy to do. And if it does help you sleep better at night, just go ahead and purchase it so you don't have to worry about, oh, no, my truck's going to shell out. You shouldn't have to worry about that as long as you're taking care of the engine. So I'll go ahead and drop that Amazon link below. Like I said, it was $35. Super, super cheap. And if you are interested in, paying more just for a range extender, it's pretty much the same exact technology, except it's range extender, the brand. I would suggest maybe getting a tuner. If you got a tuner, you can detune the AFM out of it, and you can have a lot more possibilities if you want to modify the truck, add power, anything. It opens up the door, all right? Tuners aren't that much more expensive than a range extender. You can get a Bully Dog tuner for maybe $300, something like that. You can probably get a used one even cheaper. But I don't know. I just think $100 for an AFM disabler is a little much. But let me know what you guys think, all right? I'll see you guys in the next video.